Hi guys, it's HCG Berry Babe. Just coming au naturel today. I just got off the treadmill. It's the first time that I've been on the treadmill since surgery, since my breast lift. And it's very hot and muggy here in Michigan. We had a little bit of gentle rain not too long ago, so instead of cooling things off, it just ratcheted up the humidity, so I'm going to go back in my room soon where I have an air conditioner. But I didn't check in yesterday, so I wanted to check in today. Notice my t-shirt. Now, I have to tell you about this. A long time ago on HCG, we had Show Me Your Favorite T-shirt. This is not my favorite t-shirt, but it's one that I wear. You can see I don't like things around my neck, so I've put a facing on it. But it says, "You go, girl." Now, this was a gift from a friend, a very white, very conservative friend. And she was so pleased, and I opened it up, and I'm kind of conservative in the way I dress, and it was like one of those, gee, thank you. And she said, well, it should fit. I looked at the size, jumbo. It didn't fit, it was too small. So now it's just the right size for working out. I don't feel restricted at all. For my stats, HCGers, today is Sunday. Yesterday was Saturday. I was down 0.3. Today I was down 0.1. And I am just feeling like it needs to be lower. And so I've lost 13.3 pounds in 23 VLCDs. But I want to remind you, it took me a long time to get started. I started around 3 weeks after I had done the previous round that I stopped for surgery. I'm 164.5, I think. And I'm getting into a real danger zone because I've come down and kissed 160 multiple times since I made it down to my goal and then went up again. And I get down just so far, and you know, is it fear of failure? Is it fear of being there? Is it, oh God, now I got to do P3? I don't know, but I find myself starting to cheat. And then, of course, when you cheat with HCG in your system, you go up. If you go off the HCG and start eating before you've done P3, you go up. So then my weight zooms up. So it's been a zoom up as high as 40 pounds. And then down 191 something in April. So when 155, 153 has been your lowest, to go up to 191 something, those of you that have gained, that are lurking, come on back. When I think about, oh, I'm going to have to talk about that on my vlog, it's like, no, you know, you guys are giving me strength. I've been on HCG almost continuously, even though I didn't vlog for a long time. And it was real easy to sneak around in the shadows. I don't want to do that. I want to get there, and I want to do it. I think I might be in the inches phase because when I lie on my side, my hip bone is very sharp to the point where it's hard to lay my arm on it. After my arm surgery, I still have some sensitivity in this arm and some numbness, but I noticed that that was kind of a turning point for me when my hip bones got sharp. Other thing was that I'm starting to see the delineation of the muscles in my thighs, and was not holding any fluid at all. Could see the cords going up the front of my leg. And when I lie down, my ribs are starting to show. Now, when I had lost down before, when I get down to the point where my ribs, you know, you can start seeing indentation for ribs, my breasts used to hang down and curl around. I don't have that problem anymore. But I am now starting to be aware that I'm doing the HCG. You know, the 160s isn't a good place for me except for this roll around the middle. So I want to continue to try to get rid of the roll around the middle. Now I know that I'm an adrenal body type. If you want more information about that, Eric Beck, E-R-I-C-B-E-C-K, is a chiropractor that has tons of videos on YouTube. And, you know, when he talks about the adrenal body type, no butt, no legs, you burn it all off, and then a big stomach. Well, I've had tummy tuck, so I don't have the big stomach anymore. And I did get a vertical incision and pulled, but I just still have so much. And now that my breasts are not so prominent, I really need to get this middle off. I don't like it when I sit down and it just bubbles around. And I'm a 44 bra size still, and I don't have a problem with that, except they don't make nice bras in 44s like at Kohl's and Penny's and stuff. 42, and I'm a C on one side and a B on the other, but 42, and when I put the 42 on, then my fat bubbles. So fortunately right now I don't have to wear a cone bra. But, you know, all those little things. I think my plastic surgeon thinks I'm being frivolous, but, you know, I get such pleasure out of the places I've had nipped and tucked that I just even noticed on the treadmill for the first time. I have such trouble with my posture. Well, I've been carrying these bowling balls on my chest, and it's not there anymore, so I notice it's much easier for me to pull my shoulders back. My mother was well endowed. She had wonderful breasts up into her 60s, and she'd be sitting there and she'd go, you know, it'd be like, oh yeah, get him up there, Mom, you know, because she would recognize that her posture, and it was also a message to me that my posture needed adjusting. So right this minute, I'm doing okay. I'm telling myself I'm losing inches. I haven't really done a lot of measurements, but in the last week or two, clothes I've been wearing all along, even though I haven't lost a lot of weight, feel looser. You know, I've moved from the extra large into the large on the Liz Claiborne tops. And so that's what I'm going to call it, and I'm going to convince myself I need to stay on it. Now, I must confess, yesterday, food porn, I got into watermelon. I have been jonesing for watermelon for a long, long time. We have had a hard time getting decent watermelons. The sweet spot of the watermelon is the very middle, so I buy one of those little watermelons because I can't lift the bigger ones. You can't find the great big ones anymore, but even the ones like this I have trouble lifting. I take out the middle sweet spot and then cut the rest up, put it in the fridge, and my kids eat it. Yesterday I had one in the fridge. I had one that I bought before my weight loss slowed down so much, and it had been in the fridge in the garage, so I asked my husband to bring it in and I cut it, and oh my god, orgasmic. It was so good. It was the perfect watermelon, just sweet enough, not mushy, you know, so many of them. You get in there and it's sugary and mushy, and, you know, but this was, and it was more than just the teeny little spot in the middle, so I ate some watermelon yesterday. I just, you know, I did have a very satisfying bathroom experience yesterday, so I was expecting more of a drop on the scale. I am not sleeping real well. It's taking me a long time to fall asleep. After surgery, I was taking Percocet. Oh, I love some Oxy. And I still have some left, but I'm trying hard to wean myself off because there are times, especially when the humidity's high, when the nerves are reconnecting, not only in the incisions for my breast, but all the way down my arms and all the way down my thighs, it feels like I'm wrapped in Christmas tree lights and somebody's plugged it in. It just, the electricity runs. And a lot of times when I'm slowing down and then I'm in bed, it's like crap. And I have a hard time falling asleep anyway. I do melatonin, 5-HTP, and 2 Benadryls. And so, you know, I'm saving that Oxy for a night that it's like, you know, I just can't do this. So the last couple nights I have not done the Oxy. I am very well aware of my addictive personality, and so, you know, there are times where, shame on me, I've pulled them out. My daughter pulled a ligament or something, and giving her half of one of those allowed her to survive. So it's so hard to get a prescription for pain medication. You have to go all the way over there and pick it up because they can't call it in. So I'm so stingy with the last few of the Oxy. I was talking about my bathroom trip. So when I was at the store, I bought, somebody in a weight loss surgery video had talked about Senna, S-E-N-N-A. So, and I'm sorry, I don't remember who, or I do a shout out. So I picked up some Senna, which is a natural laxative, and I also picked up some psyllium husk in capsules. And I can hear my husband's brakes coming home. So I have been doing 6 capsules in the morning, which is 3 fibers, and 6 capsules at night. And then if I eat something that's a little bit more than just protein, I think, well, you know, I did have a bar yesterday, a 1 bar, and I ate some almonds with it because it needed some almonds. I'm going to be doing a review of the 1 bar soon. So I thought, well, if you can subtract fiber from like nuts, can I subtract this fiber from whatever I'm eating, and it might take the hit off? I already do carb blockers if I eat starch, but they don't work on the sugars, so I don't know. But I do know that I get so constipated when I don't do carbs that it gets real serious. So I'm trying real hard to stay mobile, fluid, not plugged up, kind of a thing, because once I get plugged up, I'm an old lady and I don't have as much push power as I used to have. And when I brought this up to my ladies that I lunch with, that are, one is a little bit older than me and 2 are in their 70s, they just looked at each other and grinned like, yeah, welcome to being an old lady. We all have constipation problems. So my mother always had issues. So I suppose this is just one of the rites of passage of getting old. It's like you get up in the night to pee and you have trouble on the other end as well. So I don't have anything coming up. Tomorrow is my bariatric surgery group support meeting. I have an excellent bariatric nurse. My surgeon was, for my duodenal switch, was Dr. Harry's in Auburn Hills. He no longer does the DS. Fortunately, he was still doing it when I got it, but she continues to hold support groups. We had to pay like a $2,000 program fee for 2 years of follow-up, and now if you come to group, she'll give me lab slips because I come to support group on a regular basis and keep in touch. I don't have to make an appointment to see her. She'll give me a lab slip. So my doctor knows not much, but she does coordinate with my bariatric nurse to get order whatever tests I need. For my insurance, vitamin K is not covered under labs, and so I found that out last time I ordered it, and I have had vitamin K issues. So one of these days I'll have it tested. And I also have iron issues. I don't absorb iron, and my doctor and my blood doctor say don't bother. The bariatric nurse says don't bother. My doctor doesn't say that, but the bariatric nurse and the blood doctor say don't bother, you won't absorb it. I have a pouch from an RNY that was converted into a DS the other side. So anyway, my next thing for eating is July the 2nd. My daughter turns 23 and she wants to go to Famous Dave's. I can't eat a lot of ribs, but oh God, they have a lot of other things. So I'm hoping I get to a place where I don't wanna cheat. So I'm almost out of time because I can't send up more than 15 minutes. So thanks for listening. Till next time. Bye-bye.